good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Kindred List, as Matthew tries to poke all of you with his finger.
From a horse. High five!
There you go. Very nice. You all got a digital high five from our very own Molfin. Congratulations. Welcome to episode 16. My name is Michael, your most humble and merciful dungeon master for the evening. Welcome to proficiency bonus. And after 3 years, I still can't say it correctly. See? It's it should by now it should just roll off the tongue, you know, but it just sometimes that tongue gets tied. I apologize. DM problems. Hey, we have to talk and tell a story together. What's the worst thing that could happen? Oh, well, can't talk. Yeah. Well, we're glad that you're here. Couple shout outs to a couple of our sponsors and supporters. We want to shout out to Twitch, Streamlabs, Team MZ, Many Sided Dice, and our good friends over at Little Dragon Corp for all of their support. You can type in ! Little Dragon in the chat to get a quick link to their storefront where you can purchase some really awesome dice and other RPG gear. If you use that coupon code PROBONUS, you get 10% off of your order. We also want to welcome our newest sponsors, Cardboard Castle Games of Evans, Georgia. They can be reached if you type in ! CCG in the chat. You can get a link to their storefront as well, where you can order some really cool gaming stuff. They have all kinds of things from dice to Magic the Gathering decks and packs and Pokemon cards and all that sort of thing. So if you're into that, go ahead and visit them as well. So thank you to all of our sponsors and supporters. We are still, in fact, open for Extra Life. We reached our goal of $750, but you can still donate if you still choose to. You can click on that big green donate button down below us down there. If you scroll down just a little bit, you'll be able to see that donate button. If you click on that, it will give you some directions and details on how you can make a donation for the kids. So we would love for you to do that if you can. And if... is there anything else that I needed to shout out really quick, do you guys think? I think that was all like our major announcements. I believe so. Kristy is running just a tad late, so we've got a wonderful picture of her character, Callista, who's filling in for right now. And we'll be doing an excellent job of role-playing during this little sequence. But I anticipate that she'll be with us here before the night is over. And with that, a small recap of last week. You guys pretty much spent the majority of the episode preparing for this trip to Luskan, if I'm not mistaken. There were in-house fights. There were slippers of Drake poo thrown at each other. There were moonlight.
Let's get to the important part. The party all said at some point, except for Callista, praise be to Molfin.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
The entire party.
That is how one earns a slipper of Drake poo. That's how that happens.
That's your
That would also be true.
That explains your earnings. You guys traveled to Luskan for this fateful meeting with a former High Priest of Ilmater from Daggerford, who was responsible for you guys all coming together, if you guys remember, 3 years ago. Dorn Ambercrown has a meeting with the Arcane Brotherhood here in Luskan. You guys discovered that the meeting will take place tomorrow, just after noon, at a tavern called the Yellow Candle. But Dorn also had a warning for Molfin to not try any funny business because he had an insurance policy. And that is where we pick up this week, with you all standing in the busy city streets of Luskan, busy and bustling during this day. Molfin, you just received that response. And so the story is told.
Dawn is planning something.
Isn't he always planning something?
Well,
I mean-
yes, but apparently he claims to have an insurance policy against any actions to be taken.
Right.
What does that mean?
It means we must be prepared for just about anything tomorrow.
I was wondering, should I be disguised as well? Since you and Callista are. And Dorn kind of has my name and number, so.
I don't know if Dorn knows me. Oh yes, he does. We revived him. Right. He didn't send me, but you
He knows
revived
all
him. I
of
fought him
us.
with Village.
He knows all
Yes.
of us.
Yes.
But
That might be suspicious then if we're just hanging around doing stuff.
I do find it personally important that Dorn just does not see me.
Lachlan,
I
am
don't really
doing you
care.
as well at this point?
Huh?
Shall I disguise you as well?
Sure.
Then we'll cast Seeming again.
Thanks.
And
What should we be?
I don't know.
Should I look like Diana? Would that help?
No.
Okay, never mind. That was a bad idea. I want to be a tall, blonde-haired human with green eyes.
okay.
What about you, Diana? You want to play dress up?
You know, I will leave it up to dealer's choice. I'll leave it up to Molfin.
No,
but
don't do that. No,
Why
no.
not?
No,
I
no.
trust. Just don't make me look horrendous, and we'll be fine.
You
Okay.
might look like a man.
I don't mind looking like a man. I've never disguised myself before. I don't know what to do. You guys are the ones that sneak around and disguise yourselves all the time.
We don't mean
Well-
to.
I mean, I guess
This is true.
we do that a lot, don't we?
Yeah, we kind of do. We get into trouble, don't we?
Hey, Molfin.
Yes.
Riser kind of looks. Can you make me look less hairy?
Of
You
course.
own that hair, Riser. You just own that.
I'm just,
Is it because I bullied you this morning?
I'm just kind of curious, just to see what it would be like.
Hmm.
So Molfin's going to go through and start casting his incantation.
Oh, no.
Hit Ashlyn is exactly what she asked for.
Okay.
Diana becomes the woman who is the leader of the Hand of Yartar.
Oh,
Who's that?
Oh,
forgot who that
Scimitar
was.
Sally?
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
That's okay.
yeah.
I forgot what she looks like.
I think she had like a scar on her face. She was kind of
Yeah.
rugged and looked like she's been through some shit,
Okay, that has its own aesthetic.
Okay, yeah,
that I can
yeah.
work with.
It actually
Diana's got her down
it
at
actually
this
fits in quite well with the people that you're seeing around you in this city.
Oh.
So you actually blend in quite well as that.
I'm gonna be tough to people.
For Lachlan, going with a similar appearance to himself in terms of like hair color, facial structure, but halfling and just a couple of missing teeth, slightly
Okay.
swollen side. It looks like he's been in a bit of a rough patch.
There you go.
You
I guess.
And then Riser looks like himself, but not a single hair on his body anywhere. Nothing on his head. No eyebrows.
No eyebrows.
No eyelashes.
Shiny.
He looks like Krillin from Dragon Ball Z, right?
Nice.
And then I'm leaving myself as Dallas rumor mill because, you know, if I'm not Faerun's #1 most wanted criminal, might as well be Waterdeep's #2.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you
All right.
I'm going to assume that you found some alleyway to do all this in, and not out there in the middle of the busy streets.
Yeah, not right in the gateway as we walked in.
True.
I'm gonna take his face off.
Okay. Yeah, so that occurs without issue. Do you guys remember? Did you guys come here like? I think you guys came in right after breakfast, right? And you teleported.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
the
it's
plant.
still fairly
So
early.
it's still probably we're thinking like 9 a.m. here, like, so it's pretty early. So what is it that you guys would like to do at this point?
I personally want to go to that inn and
Yeah, we should
prepare
slow
for
down.
tomorrow, but before then, perhaps see if there's a marketplace that may sell any scrolls. I'm not sure how controlled it would be here given the Arcane Brotherhood, but cannot hurt to ask.
Maybe they have sending stones here.
One would assume that if a location will sell spell scrolls, they may have such an item.
All right then, I will accompany Molfin on his shopping.
We will take Callista with us because she has the purse.
Exactly, Callista, darling. Let's go.
Callista
Lock
nods and
with
hands us
anything
all.
you-
Callista's been very quiet ever since arriving in Luskan and taking this form on as her mother. You can tell, as always, yeah, she's trying to keep an eye on everyone to make sure no one's doing anything totally outlandish. And she is trying to make it a point not to have everybody go off and own their own separate ways, because she remembers just recently what happened when 3 of you went off to speak to an individual in prison.
That is a good point. We did agree to stay together, so
I
should
think
not-
I'm on a
should be
leash.
with us.
Yes, you're on a slightly shorter leash now that you are in a different, unfamiliar environment here in Luskan.
Fair enough. I thought
Anything
that
more?
we could go pick a place off Horizon, but if you want to stay with the group, Lachlan, then whatever you want to do.
Riser kind of looks at you, Lachlan. He's kind of like looking at himself without any hair, and he's like, might be a little much. But, what if, how about I go visit the tavern while you guys head over to the marketplace? You know, I could see what they have on the menu.
That couldn't
Okay.
possibly go wrong. Sounds like a great idea.
I mean,
Sure.
I think I could be helpful in that department.
All right.
And it's hard to take him seriously because he has no eyebrows.
Yeah.
So-
Wait, I have a painter's supplies. I'm gonna go. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna take him out, and I'm going to draw eyebrows on his face.
Can you draw on an illusion, Matthew?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you're drawing
never
and
mind.
nothing's happening, but you can still
Why
feel
is
like
this
you're
like-
drawing on his face.
Oh no, when the illusion wears off, he's gonna be like,
He's gonna have these extra thick painted eyebrows on.
Uncle Muffin, why is your magic so weird?
Give him insta brows.
But it is an illusion, Ashlyn. You are painting on his face, not on
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
illusion.
trying to do.
So off to the market then.
Okay.
Indeed, to the market.
Okay.
I will be looking
Good luck,
for.
Riser.
Yeah, you guys start heading. There are actually a few different markets. It's not like, if you guys remember when you guys visited Daggerford, they had kind of like one designated big marketplace. And Waterdeep kind of has something similar in the center of town, where it's this huge open common area where people set up temporary, tents and huts and things like that to sell wares and goods out of. In Luskan, there are a few places like that. There's like kind of like an opening with like a fountain in the center, and there's these places set up. So it's almost like people have these different marketplaces set up. So there's kind of scattered around as well. There's a probably the largest one. I'm gonna shift ping you guys and roll 20 if you're there. Probably the largest one is where this like circular shape is right here that I'm
Okay.
shift pinging. That's one of the largest ones, but some of these smaller areas that are more open as well also have different shops and other things. Even in the streets, sometimes when these little marketplaces and little openings get too crowded, it's almost as if the market's kind of almost like, I guess, overflow into the alleys and streets as well. So, yeah.
Molfin's just going to ask the first guard that he sees where the best market is to pick up arcane knickknacks and scrolls and things of that nature.
You walk up to this guard, and he doesn't really look that much like a guard, but he's standing near like a gate, so it kind of gives you the impression that he's guarding things. And you walk up to him, and he's like, "Guess you could always try that Sierra's place. She says she's some type of scribe. Whatever the hell that means."
Molfin will flip him a gold. Where is it?
Oh, it's just shy of the main marketplace. It's kind of in the alley next to it.
Good day. Start wandering off that direction.
Yeah, as you're walking away, he's just say, "Hey, you don't seem like you're from around here. I just want to say, most people don't just throwing gold pieces around, so you better just be careful about that. You don't want to be too flashy. Just some advice."
Well, Molfin's going to walk over. Thank you. I don't think that would be a problem. And put a platinum piece in his hand. Then just walk away and flip him off.
He pockets it. And you make your way to a place called Sierra's. It's a small, like, it looks like a wooden table that has some cloth and some leathers kind of like hanging over the top of it to just some protection over in case it rains. But you can see there is a bucket that has all these like scroll tubes and stuff like next to on the side back behind the table. And you can see that there is a female elf who looks kind of gangly and not very well kept. Looks like just kind of going with a quill and just writing on this the sheet of parchment. It's kind of she's fighting to keep it from like rolling back on itself. It's one of those like larger, thicker pieces of paper that's been rolled up for quite a long time. She's trying to write on it and hustle. It's like
In there, yeah.
You have to get stacks of books to put on each corner.
Molfin's trying to look over at Diana. Would you like to start or should I?
I'll go ahead and start. Hello there, miss. And I will walk on forward to her.
She just like looks up from the scroll, like it's like her face is still down, but her eyes are on you, and she's like, "Yes."
Hi. Do you happen to sell sending stones at this establishment?
Sending stones. This is a scriptorum, my dear.
That's interesting. Okay. I turn around. Molten, this is the place that sells scrolls, and now I look like an idiot. Thank you.
Would Molfin be familiar with the phrase scriptorium?
Yes, you would be, and this is not one. A scriptorium is more like it would be usually in a building, not like in a hut out in a marketplace. And most scriptoriums don't have like little vendors outside like selling things like this.
I'm gonna look through for a primer in reading. I don't know what I'm looking for because I can't read good, but I'm gonna look for a book that has a lot of pictures and some basic letters.
There are no books. There's a bunch of scrolls. You can open up little
Ah.
scroll tubes and start like undoing them and opening them up if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay, so Ashlyn just walks over, pulls a tube out, starts opening it up, gets a scroll out, starts unraveling it. Please be careful with that. Just be cautious as you're. Like she looks like she's about to like reach up, like Ashlyn doesn't really know how to hold the scroll.
Mulfin's just going to walk up to. My dear, just what are you selling here? Do you sell spell scrolls, or do I need to find someone else?
Oh, spell scrolls. She like looks up the street, looks down the street.
Opens the coat.
Yes, kind of leans into you a little bit and she says, you know, people are hesitant about magic most of the time around here due to the. She looks, kind of glances over her shoulder, and you guys can all clearly see this massive tower shooting off into the air that kind of dwarfs everything else in this town. Yeah. But anyway, I do have some that I can sell under the table. I have, let's see. I have something that when you read it, it encases individuals in sticky spiderweb. Ah?
I will take it.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. She takes the tube out, like sets it down on the table. That's one. I do have another one that is if you discover a weapon or item of some nature that has magical runes, but you're not quite sure what it actually does, it reveals its secrets.
We'll take it.
All right,
Mulfin
that is
is
excellent. Under the
literally
table, slams down another scroll tube on the table.
Mulfin's gonna put his hands on the table in front. Miss, if you do not stop wasting my time.
How is this wasting time? You are making some great purchases here. I mean, these are two very, very quality scrolls.
The paper checks out.
It looks at Ashley and smiles.
Yeah. Very nice paper.
I look at Callista during all of this, and I'm like, seriously, you're not going to say anything?
Callista just got her arms across like this, and it's just
Yeah.
watching.
Pretty much.
Mulfin's gonna look at her. You say people are nervous about magic. Well, I am not. And I want you to show me your most powerful scroll. And I am going to cast Gaius on her.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Well,
What's the save on this?
It is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. You got it. And
Why?
Does being an elf give you advantage on
Charmed.
I think
And
Gaius
sleep.
is good at
charm and
being
sleep? Is
charmed.
Gaius a type of charm, Molfin? Because she is an elf.
It doesn't say it is.
Okay. It doesn't put
wisdom
like
wisdom saving throw or become charmed by the
charm,
duration.
so she does have advantage.
I think that's charmed or sleep. I forget as the elf. Advantage on saves. Yep.
Yep.
And
that's-
immunity to sleep magic.
Immunity,
So
immunity to sleep. That's right. Okay, so
yeah,
with
advantage on charm saves.
She looks at you, Molfin, and is just like, so you want the most powerful scroll I have.
visibility.
She goes back,
Yeah.
and there's this bucket, and she like reaches her hand like down into all these other scroll tubes, and like gets this like rather slender kind of smaller scroll tube out. It's like hidden amongst them, and it's like a deeper, darker like wood stain on the edge of the scroll tube. And she brings it over and she sets it down. This is the strongest one I have in stock. When you use it, you can make someone your friend.
Pretty powerful stuff.
Very, very
Wolfen
powerful.
needs that desperately. Let's get it for him.
Molfin's gonna smack his head off the table, turn around and walk away.
Okay.
Just boom.
Wait, we're not getting anything.
Do what you wish. Molfin's just walking away, just rubbing his head like, I've just
Are you-
wasted that.
Are you purchasing these? She looks at
Yeah.
you,
Can't read.
Ashlyn.
I can't read.
Oh,
That's so funny.
what a shame.
I'm sorry.
What a shame.
Ashley
Yeah.
looks at those.
You could have someone teach you sometime.
I'm trying. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Oh my god.
She takes 2 of the scroll tubes away and then slides one over to you, and you recognize it as the one that is able to identify a magical item. She said, "You know what? I'll let this one go for 100 gold. That's a steal, if you'd like it."
Is it a steal? I would like to insight check that.
Sure. Yeah, you can inside check it.
I want to know.
Sure.
I still can't read
I
it.
got a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a steal per se, but it is less than what you would probably normally spend for a scroll of identify.
Okay. Ashlyn, it checks out, could be more discounted, but as it stands, it's a pretty good deal.
I still can't read the scroll. And I can't cast. What if I get it and I can cast? Okay, what if I can cast magic from the scroll? Because I can't cast magic. I was jealous of you all. This is fantastic. All right, lady. I'm gonna give her some gold.
All right,
I'm gonna give her 100
pay
gold.
100 gold. Okay, yeah, she
I'm gonna buy it.
gladly hands over the scroll tube to you.
Yeah.
As you guys watch Molfen bitterly, with his head down, walking away out of the alley.
Yep.
And Sarah, you may add a scroll of identify to your inventory.
Nice.
I would like to ask her, if you don't sell sending stones, is there anywhere that I can find sending stones?
Might be able to ask one of the mages from the Arcane Brotherhood. They know everything they know there is about magic around here.
There's nobody like you with you can't be alone selling products under the table. You know what I mean? There's no one else in the city who offers subtle
she sees what you're
differences.
saying and looks at you and she's like, "Now why would I want to give them any business?"
Because you don't carry the same thing that they carry.
Well-
And I need whatever they have.
Well, maybe someday I will.
Okay.
I'm keeping my options
What do
open,
you
my dear.
say?
See, I've got
Good.
a lot of time to think about it.
On you.
I will pull him open and just smack my head and walk out of the store.
Yes.
This lady is frustrated.
I like you. Have a nice day.
Oh, I like you too, my dear. And she gives you a wink, and as you got closer, you can tell that she was wood elf, so she was
Cool.
Swindled by my own people.
As Diana starts catching up towards Molfen, do you think Callista would be upset if I just vaporized that woman?
I would be a little bit upset. We can't just go murdering street vendors just because they play dumb.
But wouldn't the world be a simpler place if we did?
I think if you guys murdered every street vendor that you've ever run into that was playing dumb, I don't think there'd be any street vendors left in any city.
Yeah.
That is a good point. We should go kill Miss Margie.
No, Miss Margie was great.
I forgot who Miss
Oh,
Margie was.
business cards.
Yeah, you still got her sponsorship cards. Yeah, it's like-
Yeah.
We're sponsored by somebody?
by Miss Margie
Yes.
from Everland. Yeah.
I forgot that you're sponsored by
Yeah,
Miss Margie. I should take better notes.
We have notes somewhere.
Molfin's
gonna
going to
run
start
out-
giving those cards out now.
I've got 25 pamphlets to Aurora's.
Oh, in Waterdeep. Yeah, yeah.
Waterdeep. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I do have them. Uncle Wolfen, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
What?
I can cast magic now. Bam! Once I learn to read the scroll.
That's funny. Oh, Ashlyn.
Well, that is wonderful, my dear. We'll have to work on teaching
You.
you.
Awesome! You're the best.
Boy, oh boy. Can I do like an investigation check to find sending stones?
Sure. Go ahead.
Survival or whatever. Okay, I roll.
Scrolls roll.
Rolled a
Oh,
7,
seven.
and I can't remember what my bonus was.
Investigation would be intelligence.
I think that's a +4.
You're at 18, dang.
Plus 4. 18?
No, it was a 7.
7 plus 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of asking around, Diana, just like passing by some other vendors, and you're asking about this stuff. Most people that you ask have really no idea what you're talking about. Some like point you over to another booth where you go and you check it out, and it's just like a pile of rocks. Like it's like they don't really understand what you're talking about. You do
hillbilly.
you do see what looks to be 2 individuals, one male, one female, walking through the marketplace at one time, wearing these elaborate robes, and they appear to be wearing the regalia of the Arcane Brotherhood, and they seem to be just like walking around through town.
I asked one of them, I'm kind of like, hey, do we want to talk to those people? Can we? I'm not.
Go for it. Friends are nice.
That's the problem. We don't know if they are yet. I haven't heard from Elderluke.
Exactly.
Oh, my apologies. Delphin the Second.
Not
Yes.
Delphin.
Not Delvin.
Not Delvin.
Good old not Delphin.
I suppose it cannot hurt to ask if they know of a place that sells magical items, specifically sending stones.
Unless
It may be best for you to speak to them, Diana, if they
Yes.
see through your guys safer than seeing through mine.
Facts.
That will involve a rather messy battle wherever we are,
Yeah.
assuming Elderluke failed in his mission.
Okay, cool. Then I walk up to them and I'll kind of just casually be like, hello.
Yeah, they look at you and they, hello.
Hi. Point of curiosity, is there anywhere in this city that a girl can get her hands on 2 sending stones, a set, a pair?
Oh, they kind of share a glance at each other and then look back at you. Well, I believe we might have some in the host tower. What is it that you need them for?
To talk to somebody,
Ooh, right.
as one does. I have some long distance relatives that are moving away pretty soon. We just thought it'd be best to keep the family in contact,
Go ahead and make a deception check for me, please. 'Cause-
Why did I do that? This is what hanging out with you guys does to Diana. Not she wants to lie to people. I rolled a 19. I don't know what my bonus is. I think is also intelligence, so I think it's like a 4.
the woman looks at you and says,
Can't be +4.
your charisma? It's
I don't know what my
yeah.
charisma is.
Your charisma, if I
Maybe it's a +1. I can't remember. Either way, I rolled a 19, and that's
19's
pretty good.
It's
I should probably pull up my roll 20.
It is really good. Your character sheet tells me that your charisma is a +1, so you had a 20.
Yeah.
Of the unnatural sort.
So you look at the woman kind of looks at the man with this kind of we got stuff to do, and this is kind of like, well, let's. And she looks at you and says, "Okay, how much would you offer me?"
I don't know.
Listen,
how
listen.
much a
She
sending
kind of
stone goes.
pulls out 2 sending stones out from under her cloak. It says, "I'm willing to sell you mine, but
You had that on you?
do you know?" She looks at the man, and it's just like the man's kind of like, just don't worry about it. Yeah, do you have anything of a value to trade, or?
I have on my person at the moment.
Does
Can
Morphin
I
remember how
apply?
much?
I will give you the spring of water walking.
Oh,
No,
deal.
no,
Absolutely,
I was going to
deal.
lie again.
Deal. And she hands you the sending
No.
stones, Ashlyn.
I feel like we just made an unfair trade.
Does not
Oh.
matter.
She does. If you don't,
I missed that. Sorry, my
She-
computer froze.
she said deal, and when you said that, and handed out,
Oh,
like almost before anybody could stop it from happening. So, like
Oh,
she hands you the sending stones. You hand her the ring. If you don't mind, I do want to check its authenticity. And she looks at it.
I've got a school of identify.
Right, but I was going to do it myself.
Oh, okay, you can do that
If
yourself.
you don't mind.
Oh my god.
And Molfin, you can clearly see that she begins to cast a spell. You immediately can tell it's the identify spell as she's casting it on it, and she seems pleased. And it's like,
Okay.
that's fair. And she puts it into her cloak. And if you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you could excuse us, we have some things to.
Wait,
attend
I
to.
want to check the authenticity of this. Morphin, check the authenticity of these.
Ashley, you have identify. Why don't you check the authenticity
Okay.
of the sending?
Because Ixnay on the eating right now.
Molfin's face, while it is covered by another image, just is glaring at Ashlyn right now.
Okay.
But takes the things and takes a moment and casts identify on it.
Okay. Yeah, these are most certainly sending stones.
Yay!
Yes, they appear to be exactly what was needed.
They seem to be personalized a little bit. They have like stickers on them, like new kids on the block stickers and stuff.
Cool.
It's very cute. I take it.
This one says the right stuff.
Oh.
You got it, Matthew. You got it, man.
Good. And under his breath to everyone, can we please call me Dallas here? They know the name.
Yeah, I don't
You
remember
have now
stuff.
said it in front of 2 of them.
It's a common name.
It's just his middle name.
I thought Dawn was going to try to kill me. You bloody idiot. You're going to give me a stroke.
This is also true. All right, Diana, here you go.
Thanks. I take. And I put them in my pocket and I say, thank you very much. And then I'm going to hustle everyone away from them.
Okay.
Because as Molten just pointed out, those are not people that we want knowing who we are. So
Yeah.
Molfin's going to duck down the first alley he can see.
Okay. Sure.
yes.
Yeah, you guys kind of all go into this first alleyway.
It immediately, snap of the fingers, summons Impy from the pocket dimension.
Oh no!
MP. Good to see
I
you.
need-
What'll it be
I need
today?
silence from you.
Look who it is.
There's important work. I'm going to make you invisible. You'll have an hour. There are 2 fools, and I'm going to describe the 2 that just walked away.
Fools.
Follow them,
Follow. Yes.
and One, make sure that they are not mentioning me as someone just said my name to them.
Right.
They have a ring on their possession. If you manage to steal it.
Ooh.
And Molfin's going to reach out and touch him on the forehead and make him invisible. You have 1 hour.
I can't see my fingers. Master Widow, should I maybe light them on fire while I do so?
That could potentially... Well, actually, I could always bring you back, so... Yes, why not if you choose to? I don't care.
Oh, goody! And you guys hear, like, you don't see it, but you hear flapping of wings, and then they just disappear.
Ah.
That is incredibly dishonorable that you would try to steal back the ring that we traded in a fair trade for these 2 stones.
I don't know the worth of stuff.
Honestly, neither do I, because I'm not that arcane. However, I do know the value of morals and honor.
That doesn't buy a lot of money.
Virtue.
Diana, and we now have 2 people that know Molfin is in the city.
So we just have to make sure that they keep their mouths shut. We don't have to steal from them.
Perfect.
Set them on
I have a way to
fire.
ensure that.
Molfin, can you speak telepathically with Impy while he's summoned?
Yep.
Or does he have to be within a certain range for that to take
Actually,
place?
let me check. Familiar, where are you? Okay, Only, oh, he's got to be within 100 feet.
Within 100 feet? Okay. Yeah, he flies off, and, you guys are just there. Several moments pass. You don't hear anything. Not sure.
After about maybe 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use an action to dismiss him back to the pocket dimension.
Okay. Perfect.
Not any outward sign, though. Just dismiss him so he doesn't cause too much trouble.
Okay.
But not tell anybody.
Sure. Gotcha.
Well, we should probably head to that.
He did
tavern.
not return to you, and he did not bring you a ring.
Okay.
Do I know when I take the? Do I know when I attempted to like banish him back to the pocket dimension? Do I know he was that I could banish him, or do I get the sense that nothing happened when I tried?
You get the sense that he was already banished back.
Ooh.
That fast.
They found him. They found him.
I rolled with advantage for his sleight of hand, and I didn't roll higher than a 7.
No one needs to know that. So, shall we go find this inn?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
Something tells me we may have to break Riser out of jail if we don't get there soon.
Riser's like, yeah!
I thought you already went.
Oh, no, you guys never told me. And then,
No.
and then,
Yeah.
and then you painted my face a little bit, so I just figured I'd just stand back here and follow you around.
Cool.
It seemed like
Fine.
the best choice since I don't really know this place
Also good.
or any of these other people.
Yeah.
And like the paint's starting to dry on my face a little bit, and it's making it like
You can't even see
it's
it.
making it really hard to like. I don't know. I'm sweating a bit, and some of it's like in my eyes.
Oh.
It's like Shadowrun.
Yes.
I'm sorry about that, Riser. Sorry. Not that that would work. I don't understand.
It's okay. It was worth a shot, you know.
Does Callista have creator shape water?
Well, she's got Druidcraft. She could like spray a mist on his face, kind of thing.
Yeah, she could miss his face. Yeah.
And just something. Just ask her so she'll mist it down and we can rub it off.
Yeah. She does it several times because for some reason she finds it enjoyable to just sit here like pelt this guy in the face with some water. She does it like 3 times and just like 3 more rapid times. And
Callista?
I'm good. That's enough.
Hold still.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go check out the inn.
Yep.
Uncle Dallas.
So you guys going to check out the yellow candle?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, wherever the meeting's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, so you guys make your way passing a few other streets and make your way asking around for this place called the Yellow Candle to some people who are just minding their own business. You make your way to a 2-story building that seems to have these half-timbered walls. The roof is actually like, what is that called? It's like there's curved shingles, but they're made out of clay or ceramic, like ceramic shingles that go on the top.
Yep.
If you've ever seen those before, it gives you kind of an idea. Painted red, and it seems like there is, it's a simple place, but looks clean, which is not something most of these buildings give you the impression of when you walk through Luskan.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like a very cleanly place. You'll pass buildings that have broken windows and are boarded up and this and that all the time throughout the alleys. This place looks rather rather clean, rather simple. But you can tell there's like several in the window you can see inside, and there are several tables set up, and each one of them has a lantern that has a candle inside the lantern. Each one has a yellow candle that's burning bright on the center of each table.
Molfin's going to take a couple seconds as we get closer and cast Detect Magic on himself.
On yourself?
Yep. So I can see, cast Detect Magic so I can see are there any like glyphs or
Gotcha.
like alarms, anything magical about this building?
No, actually it's mundane. Nothing really
Everything
magical.
seems good outside. Might as well head in.
Okay.
Okie dokie. I will accompany Wolfen to.
Okay. Everybody kind of.
And I'm also going to activate my third eye trait so I can now see any invisible objects within 10 feet.
Within 10 feet. Perfect. Yeah, you walk in. Surprisingly enough, like this is a lot different than most of the inns that you've ever been to, especially when we're getting closer to lunchtime on this first day. It's not very crowded at all. There's only like a couple people inside, and there's like in the corner, there's like 2 people sitting at a round wooden table. The furniture is nice but simple. It's not too flamboyant in here. It seems like it's very just straightforward. There's a standard bar kind of sitting in front of you with wooden stools. Each one of the stools has some padding kind of on the top of it, so they do take note of people's comfort here in this place. It's kind of like as you walk in, there are tables and there's a bar. Then if you look to the right, it's kind of like how when you go to a restaurant and they have multiple like dining rooms. You can see there's like an open double door to your right, and it opens up into a much larger dining room with tables inside there. And it kind of disappears back, like there's more to it that goes around the side of the building. But there's a big sign. It's written in chalk on this kind of like chalkboard thing, like a chalkboard, just like stand that's sitting there.
Easel?
Yeah, like an easel. Yeah, and it says that today's special: roasted boar with dried carrot and nut bread, tankard of mead for 9 copper pieces.
Let's go.
I'm gonna walk up to the bar and say, "Excuse me, I'm looking to have a private event in one of your rooms. Can you show me around?"
Oh, I certainly do. Yes. And you can see turning around is a little bit of an overweight female human woman with really curly blonde hair. She has kind of like rosy cheeks, but she looks like, she's probably one of the most, like, she doesn't give you that strange aura of, I don't know, that this town has given you thus far. She seems to be the most like charismatically open out of everybody that you've run into so far. Seems to be a little bit lighthearted, and there's a little bit of a twinkle to her eye as she looks at you. And she's, well, certainly, just give me one moment. And she finishes up kind of rearranging some glasses and stuff from behind the bar. So, I'll show you the main dining room over here to the side. I'm sure that you will enjoy that. That seems to be the most popular rented space that we have. We do have a room in the back, but it doesn't. People don't tend to reach after that room as much.
I'm behind Ashlyn.
Like
and I'm
see.
kinda like, being tough.
I'd like to see all the rooms just to get a sense. Like, I'm a very private.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose her?
No, she's
Oh,
moving
she's
again.
back. Okay. Oh, yes, absolutely.
No, I'm here.
Absolutely.
Sorry, my internet goes in now.
It's all right. It's all right. Follow me. And she just heads you over to those like double open doors, kind of like these like open like patio doors, so to speak. And you walk through, and you can see, yeah, it's a pretty simple room. It has windows on the sides, like 3 windows on the side of the building, and it's just wooden floor, wooden tables, wooden chairs, single lantern. Which indeed, as Molfin walks into the building, any candle within 30 feet of him goes and just goes out.
Oh, yeah.
So and there's this little bit of smoke just kind of like coming off of these candles. That is really strange.
Oh, it's a little drafty in here. I just felt the draft.
Did you
yeah.
feel something? I didn't feel anything at all.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a little shiver.
Maybe
felt that,
maybe I need to
little bit
get
of gust of wind.
I need to get Griswold to take a look at that. That shouldn't happen.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna use thaumaturgy to open a window. Can I subtly open a window using thaumaturgy?
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check if you're trying to do it like subtly.
No,
Well,
no.
I'll let you choose. It's dexterity. It's dexterity either way. So sleight of hand or stealth. So.
Oh, we're gonna do. It's a +0 to any of them. I'm gonna
That's
do-
what I thought. I didn't think Diana was very stealthy
Really
in
good.
anything.
Okay, a 16.
16. Okay.
Oh.
Let me make a roll for this young lady. A 14. Okay, yeah. So you're able to get the spell off, and with you opening one of the doors like ahead of you, or the windows
I'm
ahead of
kinda
you.
make the windows like flap open, and I'm gonna be like, look at that! It's so drafty in here. There's just a lot of wind.
What on earth was Griswold thinking, leaving these windows open? You know,
Now all
gosh.
these candles are going out. Look at that, crazy.
He thinks that I have the time to walk around to each and every one of these tables, like relighting these candles. I mean, I've got orders to fill.
Right. Just, if you could just show us the back room really quickly. I'm just trying to get a event space idea.
Absolutely. Yeah, she walks you past, and there is another door on the backside, and you open that door, and it's a much smaller space. There's only like a few tables there, but it's much the same. But this one doesn't have any windows.
Okay. Perfect. Yes, maybe next week I would like to have a luncheon in one of these rooms. Sounds great.
Sure. Would you like to put down payment on it and book it today?
I just took my significant other, but I would like to have lunch today with my friends here, and if you don't mind, and so we can get a
absolutely.
feel of the food and the drink, and very nice space you have.
Absolutely. And you know what? I usually don't ask customers this, but you're being very, very kind, and we don't get a lot of that around here. Do you mind if I might even give you a little discount?
Oh, wonderful.
But do you mind, maybe you and your friends can go shut the windows and relight all the candles for me?
Oh, no problem at all.
Oh, sure. That would be great. Outstanding.
Okay.
And she kind of moves back through the other room, kind of leaving you guys be for a moment, and heads back to the bar area.
As she starts to walk away, Moffin's going to ask, I'm sorry, if I may just quickly.
Oh yes,
If we wanted to have a impromptu gathering tomorrow, would either of your spaces be available?
Tomorrow.
Yes, we have some friends coming into town, and
But actually, both of these rooms are booked tomorrow.
Oh,
we'll
thank
just
you.
have to come and eat without
It-
reservation if it's a small enough group.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of room in the bar area at one of those tables, if you'd like.
Thank you, it is
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. She makes her way back, looking at the candles in the windows, and be like,
Yeah.
Griswold.
I was really hoping only one of them was going to be reserved. Then we'd know.
Yeah.
which one to step
Again,
on.
and close the windows.
Okay, you go to closing them. Okay.
Did these rooms have any very obvious like hiding spots or anything sketchy about them?
There's some paintings on the walls.
Hmm.
If you'd like to make an investigation check, you may.
Could
Nothing
I like
glowing with a magical aura within them?
No, nothing.
Okay.
could I like invisible mage hand nudge one of them a little to see if like there's any like trapdoor behind it or
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and use your stealth anyway.
alrighty.
I will.
Not
Yeah.
so good at stealth.
And honestly, there's no one else. There's no one in these dining rooms. Like everybody
Yeah.
that's here is like eating in the main like bar room. So
22.
22. Yeah, you slide one out of the way. Looks like just a painting on a nail, just hanging in there. Nothing really fishy or trapped or hidden about it.
Are any of them portraits with moving eyes?
you go ahead and make an investigation check, Ashley.
Oh no.
Yes.
Negative one.
As you get closer to one, it
That's
just does
okay.
that cross-eyed thing where it's like,
Yeah,
look at
a 13, a 14 on the dice, so a 13.
Yeah, there's a portrait of what looks to be like a rugged-looking human man, and you approach it. You look it right in the eyes, glare at it, back up. You watch Ashlyn like walk 3 steps to the left while keeping her eyes on the painting, and she turns around and walks like 8 steps to the right, keeping her eyes on the painting.
Is she okay?
Ashlyn, you're not sure. It might be watching you. You can't really tell.
Guys. Things say behind bay. Ite.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, does anybody here speak Elvish?
I do. I speak Elvish. I will walk up to the painting and just, is it a big painting?
I would say it's 1.5 feet tall by 1.5 feet wide. Like, it's not huge.
It's probably something that Diana could easily like lift, take off, see that there's like a blank wall behind it, and then put back. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. You pop
Okay.
it off the wall. Yeah, there's just a nail sticking out of a wooden wall.
Okay. I put it back.
Must have been a trick of the non-light in here.
You know, some artists do structure the perspective of their paintings in that kind of manner, so it looks like the focal point is always.
I have no idea what that means.
Okay. Anyways, I believe we're gonna go have lunch now, right, guys?
Which is hard for me to say because I'm an art major in real life, so it kills me not to understand that. But yes. Yeah, no idea. Okay, 4.
All right.
So
Uncle Dallas, did you see or not see anything that you needed to back here?
looking at, because we're down at the far room, right? The one with no, basically it's a closed off room.
I would say that you guys, there wasn't any paintings in the other room. It was kind of, it wasn't as nicely decorated as like this main dining room area was. That's why like you went in there and there was only a couple tables and no windows. Same lanterns on them with yellow candles and stuff, but just was very, very simple. Like, this place isn't flamboyant at all. And part of that, Molfin, like, it starts to, you're thinking about it a little bit. It kind of makes sense for this meeting that they picked this place because it's remote, it's simple, it's mundane. It wouldn't draw a lot of attention.
And would I think that it is more likely that they would be wanting to do this in a room without windows where outside views would be more difficult?
With listening to what she said, it seems like both rooms are booked. You're not sure by whom, but your gut feeling is thinking that they probably want to do this more so in the open. But you're not.
Okay.
But you're not 100% sure. Because there's both options here. So
It's hard to play a wise character that's not smart.
it is. It's very hard.
Bloody hell, I really don't.
Uncle Muffin, does it seem like this woman could maybe be persuaded to... No, actually, one thing. Okay, that's fine. Sorry.
Now it's in the corner of my brain, though. Well, I am going out to the front to sit.
Okay.
Because anywhere I go, the candles will continue to go out. So it is better
Yes.
for me to be elsewhere, as the rest of you younglings run around and do your chores.
Is there
Okay.
outdoor seating?
No,
Unfortunately,
assume
there's
once-
not here. It kind of just opens up
Once
into
we
the
have
street.
everything lit, we will have Callista light the candles by within the radius around us,
Okay.
using her divine natural magic,
hmm
because I do not affect magical flame.
That's a good idea.
Callista just nods in agreement.
So nice when you agree with me so much, Callista. We must do this more often.
Don't get used to it, Molfin.
There she is.
In character. Beautiful.
Yep.
So you guys, Molfin and Callista, head to the front, relighting magically candles that they can, and have a seat.
And order 5 of the specials.
5 of the specials.
Yeah.
You got it.
6, make it 6.
Riser,
6 for
as you
Riser.
say 5
Oh, I forgot
specials,
Riser.
Riser sits down. He's like, okay, well, I guess I do have some.
Well, I'm sorry, Riza. I forgot
No,
about
no.
Lachlan. Make that 6. I need one for my great-grandson.
Can I have
Hey.
Great-great-grandson.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you
7.
you order. Oh,
I will also order.
7 of the specials.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's thrilled. She does say, that is a big order. I will get it out as quickly as I can.
Thank you, ma'am.
You hear her like go to these
7.
a door to the.
Yeah, why 7?
The 5 of us and Riza 6.
Yeah.
But unless Diana was kissing someone and is now pregnant, in which case she may be eating for 2.
Oh, that's
No.
true.
Thank you. I rebuke that in the name of Ilmina.
Well, as
Episode
we know,
title.
kissing causes pregnancy.
Rebuke in the name of Ilmater. That sounds like a good episode title.
Yeah, rebuke.
Molfin, I kind of assumed that because of the whole, hand thing, that you're always hungry. I just kind of assumed the 5 for you,
Oh.
and that you were forgetting about the rest of us. So I
yeah.
ordered my own.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Okay, that's a valid point. It has been about 3 hours since I last ate.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we can fast
You
forward.
can have the 7.
Fast forwarding a little bit, you guys all make yourselves comfortable. You
Bib.
You're all You got your bib. You're all bringing this. It smells delicious. This roasted bear and dried carrots and the nut bread. It's all fresh. The bread is soft and warm. You're given like this. The meat is You've had some better in other places, but it's still pretty good. And you guys are enjoying this lunch. Anything you guys would like to talk about, or we can fast
Looking
forward
around the room. Firstly, are any of the... I know you said there are only a couple of people in here. Any of them wearing the Arcane Brotherhood regalia?
No.
Looking around us, do I see, under the table, up around, do I see any invisible sensors?
Nothing.
Okay, Molfin's going to look at the group. As you're aware, Dawn has stated he has some form of an insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I am not certain what that means, but I can only think of my family.
Yeah.
I don't.
But-
I mean,
You mean
I am
Maybe.
not
Me?
Those of you who are with me are easily protected.
Okay.
There's more people who are not with us that I am concerned of.
I mean, Molfin, do you really think that he would dare? That's essentially like not just poking a bear, that's like poking a ginormous ancient dragon.
I am not
Yeah.
sure. And depending on what happens during that meeting tomorrow. And Molfin is more specifically now looking towards Diane and Callista. Still with the other in view, but more focused on the two of them.
Okay.
I need you to not judge. But I may also need your support tomorrow. I may be forced to make choices that will not be easy for me. And I am hoping there will not be any, shall we say, collateral damage.
I can't roleplay her 100%, but I believe that Callista would respond in a way that somehow reflects this. You've helped.
Well, and if we want to wait and see if she
You've
gets
helped
here
me
before.
with my family. I'm here to help you with yours because this is
Right.
my family.
Right. That's fair.
I think that's how she would respond.
Yeah. And we can visit it assuming she's able to make it in with us type, but it's
True.
more Molfin wants to make sure that that is expressed to everyone, but more specifically to the two of them. Because, and as all of you are watching, you've traveled with Molfin for a good length of time now. You can, even when Lachlan went down, there was anger. There was, Molfin's gone dark, Molfin's gone places that make people uncomfortable, places that make him uncomfortable at points. You can see there is a level of almost nervous anger. It's like that. It's the eye of the hurricane. It's, you know, something's going on. There's gears turning something, and you know, shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Because Molfin is certain he knows what this insurance policy is. And he knows that he's...
Yeah, you guys are staring into the eyes of a very anxious, angry Dallas rumor mill.
Yes. Diana would, upon hearing Molfin. Anyway. Diana, upon hearing Molfin say those things and just having the demeanor that he does. Molfin, you know that at this point, after everything that we've been through together, I will always support you and have your back. And I'm sorry in the past if I was a bit harsh in criticisms or unyielding or hypocritical, because I think I understand more than anything now that, yeah, we make tough choices every day, and we have to be there for each other during them. So I asked you, no matter what.
Molfin just sort of put his hand on the table over towards Diana and Callista a little bit and just sort of...
I put my hand on Molfin's hand.
I put my hand on both their hands.
Yes.
It's kind of
Sometimes
strange
I
because
know.
the illusions, like when the different
Yes.
sizes of hands kind of like merge into one another before like you actually make impact. It's kind of like strange. Yeah. You guys enjoy the meal is tremendous. Molfen eats both plates. It's delicious. The
Good food, good
best
friends.
roasted bear you've ever had, by far.
Bear. I thought it was boar.
That's bear. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was boar.
Wait,
I might
It's
have I might
bear?
have accidentally said boar, but it is bear. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
god, I didn't know
That's
that.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Little Jamie.
It's delicious.
But-
We
Yeah.
all misread the sign.
I certainly think this beast must have feasted on a Keller recently.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Yeah, so
Or perhaps the sister.
How strong
Reese?
do we? How strong do we think Dorn has gotten? By the way, guys.
I don't know, considering
Oh.
he was getting pummeled left and right by anything we fought before. It's hard to say.
But I will say that I kind of have the impression now that Dorn was probably very much downplaying his capabilities. I think that was out of character. I'm pretty sure that Diana did some type of role to attain that information in the past, but if I'm wrong,
I think you
then
might
she
have.
did not just
I think you might have.
okay, because I distinctly remember like I distinctly remember us having this conversation before and Diana being like, well, and then you and me roll for it, but anyways,
It was probably a long time
I-
ago.
It
yeah,
is. Doesn't matter how strong he's gotten. There are 5 of us. And if our friend does his job, the others will not get involved.
We'll see.
You don't think Dolphin's gonna like, or sorry, not Dolphin will like sell us out?
I think he'll try, but we don't know how big Dorn's neck goes.
Right, if
Friends.
my goal in speaking with Elder Luke before, well, they're, according to him, they were attempting to keep these items out of the hands of the unworthy. Who is more worthy than I? He went back to discuss with his higher up.
Is
And
that a?
yes,
I don't know
that
the
is
word.
not a
rhetorical.
that is not a question for you to answer.
Okay,
It is one I am fully aware of the answer.
I think all of us are too.
And if his leader, or whatever they call this person, is willing to basically, you leave me alone, I leave you alone, and I offer you assistance in dealing with your little archlich problem, which having someone with the items in my possession at your beck and call should a deviant archmage return, one would assume he would be most eager to accept such an offer. So I believe his name was Arthur Grease. Cannot find where I scrolled it down.
I think it was Arklum Greeth. Pretty close.
Grease.
Yep.
That was it, not Grease.
Yeah. Greeth.
So if he wishes assistance in dealing with that individual, all he needs to do is not, as one would say, as Morford picks up a bone and sort of like, gets him trying to pick some food out from between his teeth. Don't poke the bear.
Mm.
Yep.
Dawn, on the other hand, has apparently seen fit to do so.
Mm.
Dorn has a lot of what's the word? Recompense? He's got karma coming his way.
Mm.
And Dawn has death coming his way.
As Molfen, you say that, you hear the door open for the establishment, An individual walks in, and you cast a glance kind of over your shoulders, like, oh, somebody's coming in. I just, kind of like one of those nonchalant looks. You recognize this person, but you're not really sure, like, from where. And they just, like, walk in, and they head over to the bar area, and they sit down at one of the stools. And they just, like, seem to call over to the woman and order a drink. Make themselves comfortable.
Woman or a man?
A man.
Okay. Physical attributes?
Probably mid-30s. Human man. Looks kind of like maybe a farmer.
Orange peel.
It's not an orange peel.
Kentucky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a human man. I believe Orange Peel was a halfling.
Oh yeah.
Short hair. Pretty plain looking.
Hmm.
Not really many distinct features about him. He does kind of stand out a little bit because most of the people here are fishermen and have some kind of something that says, "Hey, I'm a fisherman." Like they're wearing like, some kind of vest that has like fish hooks or something else like hanging from them, or something that would distinguish their career. This one definitely looks very plain person.
Is he armed?
Okay.
He appears to have what seems to be maybe a knife sticking out of his boot. That looks like it's it. Kind of like a whittling knife, nothing even like not like army commander knife, like anything like that.
A cave arm.
Yeah, that's right.
Would you say I'm familiar with this person?
Uh-oh.
Define familiar. Like what does it say like as like a specification for being familiar? The only thing that you're familiar with on this person is their look. So as far as like knowing their name, who they are.
Oh wait, that's a valid point. So familiar wouldn't. I would. Because my thought went, oh well, if I'm familiar with them, I can cast sending.
Right. You've seen this person before, but you have never spoken to them.
Yeah.
Before.
Well, no, and my thought was even if I had spoken with them, if it was somebody like doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So Molfen is going to.
You guys can all make insight checks if you'd like.
Yeah.
I was gonna do something and be like, oh, can we tell that he's magical? Because
well, I was about to go detect magic, but
I rolled a 16.
Yeah, because by this time your spell would have.
I rolled a 16 as well.
16?
I got
16.
a 15.
15, 16. What was yours, Lachlan? A 16 as well?
Yeah, 16.
that is a dirty 20.
Nice.
30, 20. I only rolled a 3 for Callista, so I don't know what she has in her.
Her passive insight's
plus
like
like
45.
Her passive,
passive is
yeah. I would say I'd probably distinguish her. Most of you can sense that. Wait a minute, was this guy? This is a guy I saw in Daggerford before, just like walking around the market.
Oh. Daggerford.
Yeah.
If he has
Could this be one of like
Daggerford
Dorn's goons or
vibes.
something?
Yeah. Do I? Oh my god! Wait. Oh no! Now I'm scared. Would it be possible for me to tell if he was like of the temple or if he came around it frequently?
No, actually, Diana, you don't really know about this individual. You don't even know their name. You have seen him before, but you don't know. He's obviously probably a farmer that lives on the outskirts of Daggerford. He probably doesn't even live within the city gates.
Oh my god! I look at Molfen. Do we have a telepathic bond?
I don't. Do you guys have telepathic
No.
bond? I don't think you do.
I lean over to
Daggerford. Did we teleport to Daggerford into a farm one time?
I lean over to Molfen and I'm like, Molfen, what if we're in seeming? What if he's in seeming too? What if he's just like a face that somebody knows from Daggerford?
Molfen is going to try to stealthily cast detect magic.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh, is it that one? Oh no.
No, it's not a 1. It's just not very good. Oh, okay. I have positive. Okay, so that is a 13.
13.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay. You cast your spell. Doesn't seem to draw any attention from anybody in the room. This person is beaming with magic. Illusion magic.
Oh,
I was smart. I was smart.
Molphin is going to look over at Diana and Callista. I, on the other hand, am not. Molphin is going to yell out hello and with a flourish of his hand cast a spell
Okay.
on that individual.
Excellent. Do you, for dispel of a spell, do you have to roll for it, or is there a certain guideline that, like, is it like counterspell where it has to be a spell under a certain level?
I think so.
Or something like that?
Third or lower ends for each spell of fourth, I need to make an ability check.
Okay, so Disguise Self, I believe, is a low-level spell, so I think this would just do it.
I actually do not have Disguise Self, so I have no idea.
Let me double check. Disguise Self is only first level. Yeah. So you shout out to this person, dispel, and immediately you see Eldeluke sitting in the stool. And he looks over at you, and he starts he spits out some of his drink back into his cup. you see this is what the face getup was for. You see, and he just laughs and chuckles at you. And one thing you do notice about Eldeluke is he is not wearing robes of the Arcane Brotherhood like he was before when you met him. He's wearing robes, but they're not in Arcane Brotherhood regalia anymore.
My guy, did you get kicked out of the order?
Oh, no. It's
Oh, okay.
it's kind of a long story. Do you guys mind if I have a seat?
Not at
No,
all.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I just realized
Allow me to purchase your drink. I received a message from someone, and when you came in, hidden as you were, well, perhaps emotions run the best of me at the moment.
Well, yeah, understandable. And he pulls out this chair sitting at the table, and you guys notice he's deliberately like pushing down on it so it makes an awful like noise across the wooden floor. And Molphin, you recognize this right away as he's doing it, but he looks over his shoulders and you can see his lips moving, and he does this little flare of his hands, and his face changes to somebody else's face. And then he looks at you. He looks at you, Molphin, and winks, and then sits down with his drink at the table. Oh, that's better. You know, you guys, I must say, you're pretty difficult to find. Pretty great magic you got.
We have our moments.
But I figured, you know, the somebody from the Waterdeep Gazette probably wouldn't be walking around Luskan, so yeah. I figured I better.
Especially not he's wanted for breaking someone out of Waterdeep Castle prison.
Oh,
Yeah, we should probably apologize for that.
Why? We
I
didn't
should-
do nothing wrong. Dallas Rumormill did.
They don't know.
But I figured his face was better than my own. At least for the time being.
So, Matthew, out of character, remind me again, because it's been a few weeks. Eldeluke's purpose, his job was to go ahead of you guys. He was supposed to speak to his higher-ups. I can't remember all of the details about what he was supposed to, like, communicate.
Basically, Eldeluke told us that his group's basically task was to protect these things to make sure they weren't used by the unworthy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So his job was to go back and basically say, hey, I've met this guy, maybe they're in where they're meant to be at the moment. if we don't mess with him, he won't mess with us. And then when things start hitting the fan with this grief guy, we have an ace in the hole we can pull and he'll come help.
Yeah, right. Gotcha.
And basically tell them, listen, I'm not going to mess with you guys. I have my own purposes why I'm using these and what I have to deal with. You let me be, I'll let you be.
He looks at you and he says, Molfin, I got to level with you a little bit. I wasn't able to communicate directly to Archmage Arcane. Kashan the Red. But from what I can gather is they also have their hearts set on meeting you tomorrow.
So he is the one who assisted Dawn in attacking my family.
Attacking your family.
Dawn has stated they have taken out an insurance policy to to tie my hands for tomorrow.
And you think he went after your family?
The only thing I could think of beyond these people here is my wife.
My wife.
It's unlike the Arcane Brotherhood, in my opinion, to have any involvement in something like that, to be honest.
That would be, given our conversation with you, that would have been my assumption.
Right.
But if he is part of this meeting with Dawn tomorrow, then perhaps he is, this Archmage Arcane is following the path of his predecessor.
It is quite possible. I'm not going to deny it, but I wasn't able to get an extensive amount of information.
Why not?
Oh, well, you can see as Ashlyn asked that, he gets, even though has illusion magic on, you can tell there's a strange, discomfort. And looks over to Ashlyn. Well, I just, don't like to be as forthright with issues within the Arcane Brotherhood.
Never had that problem.
Perhaps how is this? I believe you told me, but I can't remember. How is this Archmage Arcane chosen? Is it via popular vote, or?
You want to run for next year, don't you?
He looks at you, Ashlyn, and smiles. Well, there is a vote, but it is also based on power. Most of the time, the most powerful, the most knowledgeable, the most experienced has the best chance of becoming Archmage Arcane.
Does being the least evil count for anything in this election?
That's the wrong election. That's
he
more
looks
like...
at you. He looks at you and he's like, "Do you know politics?"
Oh.
And it's just like saying, let's just say there's a wide variety of us.
And was he in control when the shroud and the hand was stolen?
He was when the shroud was stolen, yes.
And the hand, obviously, because that was taken after.
Well, the hand wasn't taken from the Arcane Brotherhood. The hand was discovered elsewhere. By
But
Dorn.
so perhaps the most powerful is not the Archmage Arcane.
But I see where this is going.
Perhaps the
he
most
smiles.
powerful is the one who found the wielder of the shroud.
Write in vote.
Well, it still remains that the individual who had stolen the shroud in the first place was a terrible lich.
Which we killed.
Touché.
But I am not referring to myself. I am insinuating you as your...
Me?
I am not a member of your brotherhood and see no reason to all of a sudden try to usurp it and take it over.
Oh, that's...
Couldn't you become a member of that brotherhood?
I want all of you to make insight checks, please.
Oh.
As he seems to be shifting in his chair a little bit as Diana asks him that question. And
25.
25. Whoa.
God.
So, rolled a 16 on the die plus 10. I got a 26.
Okay.
Jeez.
26. Wow. Ashlyn, what'd you have?
You muted?
I think you're muted, Sarah, or your microphone is.
Sorry, I was talking to my mom.
It's okay.
30-20.
30-20. Nice. 2.
Wow.
2.
Everybody but Molfin. For some reason. Here's what you believe. You believe that Eldeluke could possibly have been, at one time, a member of the Arcane Brotherhood. But you don't believe he is anymore.
Oh.
Oh.
As these questions are making him shifty and he's starting to get a little bit uncomfortable and he's not wearing his robes in Luskan.
That's... Huh.
Fake ass, snake ass, trick ass, bitch.
Whoa.
Diana season to you.
Are you saying that in character or is that just in Diana's mind?
I don't know. Is it?
Oh.
Is she saying that?
That's up
I
to
don't
you. Would she?
Nah. No, wait.
Roll for it.
Roll for it. Roll for it. Okay, even number, she is saying it in character. I just dropped the dice. Even number, she said it in character. Odd number, she didn't. Let's check the floor.
Okay.
It was an even number.
All right. So Diana starts going on this tirade towards Eldeluke.
I would like to point out she's not angry. She's more just very, very excited that she was right about an intuition thing because she's never been right about those.
You see Eldeluke, as you're pointing at him and like liar cussing at him and stuff like that. He's like, shh, quiet. What are you doing? Quiet. Put your finger down. Get that out of my face. And
Diana, have you lost your mind?
he's looking around making sure.
No, for once I have it.
Somebody enjoying some roasted bear over there, like something that's like dangling out of his mouth, looks over at the table. It's like,
Diana's now unhinged. Thank you.
like, look. It's complicated, okay?
That's a Facebook status. That's not a reason.
What is
this Facebook? Yeah, it's like moping and
It's an
running
elf
at the same
thing.
time.
It's an
What
elf
have you
thing. I know what he's
demented
talking about.
morons? Please tell me
Is it
what
like
the
I've
hell
seen
is going on?
books that do have faces on them. Is it kind of like that? I mean,
Sort of. With your friends.
oh, right.
You make books out of your friends, but will somebody tell me why the hell Diana lost her bloody mind?
Because Eldeluke was fired from the Brotherhood.
I wasn't fired, okay? I wasn't fired.
Oh, you just both decided to leave at the same time. You didn't break up with them. They broke up with whatever. Yeah.
Oh,
Were you ousted?
They didn't fire you. You quit.
I did not quit. I was killed.
What?
Huh?
What now?
Smell like a zombie?
I am not undead, you fool. Stop sniffing me.
Why did you...
Listen. I am Eldeluke. Exactly the same as I was before I was killed.
Why were you killed and what were you killed as?
And
I-
what are you now?
I am a clone of the original.
A
A
simulacrum?
clone, a simulacrum.
No, a clone.
That's possible?
Absolutely. With the right magic, of
Yeah,
course.
So, do you have like the same soul as him, or just
That's too
his-
metaphysical. The facts, Diane. The
Ashlyn's
facts.
mind just explodes.
Yeah. It can only take so much.
Is Molten drooling right now?
Who killed you?
I just snorted.
Well, Arclem Greeth did.
Why?
What the hell?
You see, Arclem Greeth ruled the host tower of the Arcane twice. Once as his original self. Then my maker, the original Eldeluke, and another wizard paired together to overthrow him. Sent him packing for the evil deeds and corruption that he spread through the host tower of the Arcane. We'll see that in that time he spent in exile, he achieved lichdom, and thus Eldeluke was killed when he returned to reclaim his rightful position as Archmage Arcane as an undead lich.
What of the other? Who aided the original?
Who aided the original Eldeluke?
Yes, to overthrow him.
He would know, but the dungeon master didn't write it down.
Wow.
Not Karn the Red or whatever his name. It's not the
it's
red guy.
not Kashan the Red. No, it's a
Yeah, does
different.
this mean that Kashan like killed and replaced a lich?
No. Eldeluke, the clone, as you asked that, says that heroes all around Faerun built an army. And then they raided the host tower of the Arcane and basically destroyed it. It's been within the last 10 to 15 years that all of a sudden the host tower of Arcane began to rebuild itself magically. And then all of a sudden, these archmages began to just appear once again, walking in the streets. But they were welcomed because as they appeared, they fought all the undead out of the cemetery of Luskan that would wander out on the streets at night. And they've actually helped rid Luskan of undead threats. So the host tower of the Arcane, although they're mysterious and not people don't really engage them, they don't necessarily hate them. And if you guys remember right, I believe when you guys saw Luskan before, you guys saw one of these. If you guys remember the long ships, the frost giants, you saw these wizards were casting fireballs at these giants that were trying to come into Luskan, and they basically torched them all and then just walked back into the tower. You know, just like, hey, you try to mess with us, this is what happens.
Wow, so Elder Luke, you were fighting for good.
Yeah, you could say that.
Wow.
Yes, and that is wonderfully useless to us for tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I have a question. Does the other guy, the red one, who is the current arcane?
Yeah, you see, that's why I have to remain disguised here, because they don't know I exist.
Okay, so I still can't get past this. So you're Elder Luke, but you're not Elder Luke. You're Elder Luke the second.
No, not quite. It's more complicated than that.
Are you his? Do you have his soul?
Again,
I
not
don't
necessary to know.
know.
Were you born or did you just spawn? Do you have a belly button?
Oh my god.
She has been drinking.
Yeah, he just like looks
heavily
around the
of
table as Diana's
dwarf
asking these
water.
questions, like, "Someone save me, please! Someone help me!"
Diana, none of this matters at the moment. We can deal with the physiology of how he came into being another day. Right now, we have to deal with the fact that my plan for tomorrow has now been flushed down the outhouse, as my one course to get in to speak with Kashan the Red and get him to see me as an ally against Dawn is now out the bloody window, but yet I still have to show up because apparently he has my wife.
What if his insurance policy is a clone like this guy?
Aldo looks at you long and says, "It's kind of cool, you know.
Oh my god, there's
Try have a clone.
I'm sure if you find a
Tudor.
powerful enough wizard, I mean, sure it's possible."
I look at Molten.
I have a theory, Molfin. What if we went to go see the art thing without you? Because, you know, that's risky. But what if, say, a representative of a good aligned organization that was trying to rid its organization of evils within it, like this one red arc guy did once with, you know, not Delphin the original, then perhaps he could relate to the experience, and if I could, maybe we could persuade him that you are helpful in that area of getting rid of evil.
I do not like the idea of sending the four of you into that tower without me.
What if we sent just me and Callista?
Yes, I'm certainly Callista would love that idea, leaving me, Lachlan, and Ashlyn out in the city of Luskan.
I forgot about that.
Callista just looks at you and just shakes her head.
What if we could just rope you guys up to some stall like they do to horses?
What? Nope. Might be fun.
To temporarily get you two arrested. So you can't go anywhere and do anything.
How long have we been sitting here? Long enough for a short rest,
Oh yeah,
I would say.
a short rest, yeah. And Molfin, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me as well, to backtrack with some of the questions that were asked at the table.
Okay, oh, I have a plus 15 to Arcana.
Oh, good lord.
I'm glad I have that because that's not a great roll. That is a 22.
Yep, you know that it is possible for a powerful wizard to clone himself. It's expensive, takes a lot of components, takes some time, because the clone has to grow even if it's a spell. But it grows rapidly. And you know that when the original individual dies, its soul is transformed into its clone.
I knew it again! I knew it again! I knew it again.
I wonder if that soul can be intercepted along the way, or if it's like a thing.
Instantaneous thing. Hey, Uncle Dallas,
Yes.
do you have a spell that can spy on, like, an object?
Yes.
Why don't you just spy on that ring that you gave me?
What ring I gave you?
The ring of water walking
The ring
that
we
you gave me.
Oh, the one that I sent Impy to go steal.
Yeah, but you gave me that originally.
Yes, but why would I want to spy on it if Impy has it?
Oh, MP has it?
Are
I
we
didn't know
sure
MP had it.
I suppose it won't hurt to try, but
I didn't know if that would help.
Elder Luke,
Yes.
what sort of terms are you on with the proprietor of this establishment?
Well, I mean, I don't frequent here often. That's part of the reason why I came here to kind of check it out. kind of doing the same thing you guys are doing.
Mm.
I need a plan for tomorrow. It's the one I had went out the window. Saying out you are not what you appear to be.
Neither are you.
It's,
Neither are any of us. He looks
This is true.
but I am perfectly happy walking around as myself. It is you four that recommend that I don't. Something about me, obliterating guards left and right and murdering townsfolk as they run in fear for me.
Well, they do that on their own accord. We don't tell the townsfolk to run from you.
That is correct, but you tell me to hide my face so they don't run. Anyway. Do you think this Kashan the Red is a honorable man, Elder Luke? Well, perhaps honorable is the wrong word. Is he trustworthy?
To be 100% honest, Muffin, I do not know. Just about every wizard within that host tower has their eyes set upon his position. If anything, he's just overly defensive.
I still think he could be persuaded that right? Not Dolphin, you said that
It's Elder Luke.
Elder Luke, you and he fought an arch-lich together at one point, didn't you?
We were attacked by this arch-lich, and it killed me.
Yes. Didn't you work to overthrow it, though, when it first came to rise?
When he was a wizard, before he became an undead lich.
Yeah. So
and it took two of us then to overthrow just the one.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I feel like he could still be persuaded if we're all in that room together, and especially seeing an old friend of his that he thought was dead, I feel like he could absolutely be persuaded.
Are you talking about Kashan the Red and I?
Yeah.
We are not friends, so that will not work.
Oh. I don't know. Okay. Either way, I feel like...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say that I feel as though he could relate to the struggle of a young magic user trying to rid their organization of evil. I think that he would, if I could have 5 minutes to talk to him, he would probably join our side. Well, whether it happens in that room with Dorn or today. Either way, I think I could convince him.
Well, I will personally tell you all that I feel that it is a very bad idea if I have any part with this meeting. I mean, I could stay outside, I could be nearby, but I don't want to risk it for you. These are very powerful magic users. Magical disguises like this are not going to be effective. And to be honest, I'm not good enough with the whole face makeup deal. I'm surprised it works so well on all of you.
That's mean.
Well, the Lord never gave us insight, so...
Elder Luke, you would know this. What are the grounds at, the tower? What are the grounds like at the tower? If I could bloody well speak.
Well, to be 100% honest, since it was overthrown and crumpled, I know what it used to look like. I don't know what the new edition looks like. I mean, I don't know what the reinstated tower is, because they considered me dead after it was destroyed. My original body was found.
How did you become a member of the tower?
Well, that is a good question. Sometimes there are recruiters that do go out and search for individuals with distinct magical prowess at a young age, and they take them in, bring them to the host tower, and train them up in the ways of magic, evocation, transmutation, abjuration. Even a bit of necromancy. No rock, not overturned. We try to dibble dabble in a little bit of everything. And
How long ago were you killed?
that's a great question that the dungeon master knows but did not write down.
At least 15.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
It would have been at least, yeah. It would have been more than that.
Okay.
But I'll
How
find.
old is he?
That's fine. I just wanted to know if it was recently or
I'll
not.
find
Okay,
out.
I forgot.
Mhm.
Okay.
I believe he is human.
Okay.
I'll double check that too.
And he's like old, but not like old, right? Like he's not as old as Delphin looked.
Yeah, he doesn't look
more
he doesn't look quite as old as Delphin looked, but he does have kind of like a graying beard a little bit, but not as long.
kind of like 50s.
Yeah,
like
late
60s.
50s maybe. Pushing the early 60s kind of deal. Yeah.
Okay, just out of curiosity. Why are you laughing?
But the cool thing, Molfin would know this. The cool thing about the clone spell is I believe it allows you to like make it any age that you want it to be of yourself. So cloning is a way that a wizard can basically kind of have eternal life in a way, because they can continue to, their clone can then clone themselves and have another insurance policy. So when the clone dies, the soul gets transferred again, and then that clone clones themselves again, and it's just a never-ending cycle. They just
How
keep
many
going.
times before you don't have a soul that transfers anymore?
I think it all stays intact. It just keeps on transferring from one body to the next.
You need to stop with this ill-major twaddle about souls.
What if I came and I said a while ago Elder Luke contacted my monastery and wanted someone who could help with the undead problem, and I could tour the tower?
They would be
Just spitballing here.
They would be stunned and they would probably think you were crazy to even think
Oh.
when the name Elder Luke is said.
But I've been out of the
You can actually
society for a while.
You can actually go visit my tombstone in the cemetery. It's
Ooh,
No,
that
I just
sounds
mean
fun.
like maybe 15 years ago you visited my monastery, but we weren't ready to send someone yet.
That may be a wonderful idea, my good sir.
You want to visit my tombstone?
No!
Don't show him where it is.
Oh, no.
Perhaps it is time for an unboxing.
It's an unboxing of Elder Luke's.
Oh no.
Hey, Elder Luke, you want to see what your bones look like?
That would be really awkward.
Yes.
One way or another, I have to prepare for tomorrow.
Okay.
I have contingencies to put in place.
Perhaps you clone yourself.
I do not know the spell, unfortunately, and I have not enough time to cast Simulacrum. No, this will be the same contingency I used for Crowan.
Which was for the forgetful.
Elder
Do I
Luke,
trust how much do I trust Elder Luke right now?
go to make an insight check.
Okay. I don't want to keep it, but it's flat on the table, so I'm going to. Insight. That's a 3.
Oh my god.
Molfin, you trust him.
Well, I'm going to look at the group. Well, as I told Crowan the day he told me he would come to kill me, the contingency I set in place is should anything happen to me, Majera is released.
Right. I forgot about that.
And Diana runs
Yeah.
out of the inn.
Yeah.
It
Here we
takes
go.
off. No! Crashes out the window. Runs down the street.
Believe that I forgot that was your contingency. You and only you would unleash the whole world of destruction.
Elder Luke
It ensures that nobody does anything stupid.
That's actually a really, really good plan.
What if that kind of thing is the insurance policy that Dorn has?
I do have this lovely
Oh,
book,
boy.
The End of Hibernation, on me.
Elder,
Sure,
Elder
we can
Luke,
get some
Elder
time.
Luke looks at you and he's like, "Oh, have you gotten to read it?"
I actually have read quite a few chapters in it so far.
Quite amazing stuff.
But fascinating.
Hmm. I think if I keep cloning myself, I might live long enough, to maybe see one.
Now I have to.
Why would you want to?
Oh, just
Just
fascinating.
imagine it.
Think about it. A terrible reptilian creature covered in scales that's bigger than any dragon you've ever seen just comes barreling out of the ground and crushing and devouring cities. I mean, come on. It's fascinating.
Wizards.
I mean, she's not wrong, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Well-
just think about it. It goes and it supposedly like destroys these cities for like a day or two and then just hibernates for hundreds of years. And then gets up and spends a day or two doing the same thing and then goes back to sleep. Spends all of its time slumbering.
Well, you would be spending all of your time slumbering if you weren't a clone.
I still sleep.
Perspective. No, I know what I'm saying. If it spends all of its time slumbering, you would be in the eternal slumber, so to say.
Ooh,
But
yes. I see where you're headed with that.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Are you saying that my soul will not go anywhere after I no longer clone?
Look, I don't know what your situation is.
Ooh, maybe
with the divine.
He starts to ponder. He's like, "Oh, I didn't think of that."
I mean, if you don't have a god,
Can you
and you're not particularly evil or
Hey.
particularly good,
listen to me? Next time you
is it
speak,
just
next time you speak to Elmater, can you do me a favor?
yes.
Can you ask him for me?
Can I put in a good word for you?
Well, not necessarily a good word. Just ask him what will happen. If I continue to keep this up, and then one day just whoops, I die. What happens then?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. You go get him, Tiger.
Right. I shouldn't be
don't
worried
know
about
if
this.
I would have it.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Luke, I don't even know if I'm going to heaven. Like, this
You
is a
are,
very-
Diana.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
If certain other stricter denominations of the Ilmater
No, that's just silly speak. You are pious, you're loving, and caring.
pious.
Yeah, absolutely. What she said. Just next time you talk
Oh
to
wait,
him, just
Diana,
ask maybe.
Ashley wouldn't know the word pious. You are good.
Ashley would hear pious and be like, that sounds right. Sounds like you're like pie. Anyway, well, Luke, I will absolutely ask Ilmater next time
Excellent.
the status of your mortal soul.
Yeah, I guess some problems that us wizards have sometimes, I think, is we oftentimes don't ask the question. We often ask, well, I can cast this, but should I cast this? Is sometimes the
Very
question that we
important
forget to ask.
Yes. Well, then I'm gonna steal your friend. I'm gonna convert him.
Wolf's just gonna look and just sort of tap his hand on the table a little bit. What time of day is it?
I would say you guys probably spent like, now it's been like 2 hours. You guys have been hanging out in this place.
Yeah.
Just kind of just like your food has been done and just been sitting there for a while, and you guys are just sitting there chatting. So I'd say about 2 hours. It's probably about 2 in the afternoon, you know. And this whole time, like, no one else has come into this place.
Molfin's gonna get up and go find the barkeep.
Okay, sure. You make your way over to the barkeep. She seems to be cleaning off a table that some of the other customers had already left.
I need a couple of quick things for you, if I may, from you.
Oh, yes. What
First.
can I do for you?
I need 7 of your strongest beverages.
Sure.
And then, second, and Molfin's gonna. So it's looks like it's just the 7 of us in here right now, right?
There are like 2 others, but they're at a table like far off from you guys.
How far away from where I'm standing with this innkeep are they?
40 feet.
Molfin's gonna, as he's starting to, I need you to tell me who rented the 2 rooms tomorrow and which one they rented, and I'm casting Gaius again.
Okay. I'm gonna re-roll that because it bounced out of my rolling tray. What's your spell save DC?
18, I think. Yeah, 18.
She rolled an 18.
Oh.
The first one was a natural 20 that rolled out, and I rolled it again because I was like, I'm not going to cheese it. I'm going to roll it again. And then I ended up rolling an 18. So, yeah, she's like, listen, it's not really our policy to give out confidential names of people who have rented facilities.
Molfin will pull out 5 platinum.
Oh, dear.
I am supposed to be meeting someone here.
Right. Yes. She
I'm gonna
sets
hand her the coins.
She sets down a few plates. She takes the coins. She looks around the room and she tucks them in her bosom, and recollects herself. You hear them jingle a little bit as they disappear somewhere in there, and then she says, and she pulls out this small, it seems to be some kind of notepad of some sort, and she flips over a few pages, and she gets a little closer to you, and she's like, an individual by the name of Dorn Ambercrown has rented the facility tomorrow.
Which room?
Both of them.
Bloody hell, of course he did.
I do have some rather highly alcoholic perry made from some fermented pears.
Certainly, 7 of those.
7 of those, you got it. She grabs the stack of plates and begins to head off towards behind the bar.
Molfin's going back over to the table again, just sort of rubbing his head.
What happened with the barkeep?
Well, I got us all some more beverages as well. Apparently relaxing for the afternoon.
Lovely.
I attempted to
Thank you.
force her to tell me who rented each room for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She seemed to be unaffected by my spell.
Nice.
So then I gave her 5 platinum and she told me.
Ah,
Platinum is a very powerful spell.
yeah.
So,
I cast platinum
Yeah.
on the barkeep, yes.
Already
Dawn,
class platinum at max level.
Dawn has booked both of the rooms.
Well, let's just make sure there's no one in the window tomorrow.
Do you think that
I
it's
wanted
possible
to set
that,
a trap in the room.
well, Molfin, I was going to say, do you think that it's possible that perhaps the insurance policy is being kept in the room that's windowless, and then the room that has windows is the one that we'll be in? Because if I had an insurance policy, I wouldn't want it to know where it was, and I wouldn't want it to have any means of escaping.
Well, he has to get the insurance policy in there somehow if he's bringing it. So he'd have to walk through the front door. Or the window. So what we could do is we could stake out the place.
We could do that.
We only sleep 4 hours, me and... Wait, I don't know if half elves sleep 4 hours.
Ashlyn, make a perception
Yeah,
check
no,
for
I
me,
see.
please, with what you just said as
Okay.
well.
Ooh, 22.
22.
Ooh.
There is another door behind the bar, and it disappears into
Okay.
what you would think is some kind of kitchen area, but you don't know if there's another entrance or exit to this building.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright. Well, we could case the joint outside. I think that's silly if you waste a spell, because all they're gonna do is do your thingy with the vision and try to detect the magic, and then they'll dispel the magic anyway, so... It's
My
moot.
plan is to go to bed early,
Oh.
wake up extremely early, and be sitting in the room waiting for them.
Do you want us to be there?
I know Diana wants to be there. I'm assuming,
I am
given
going
Callista's
there.
feelings on us remaining together, that she would prefer us to be together.
No
I
splitting
didn't say
apart.
if they would want to be there.
She
I didn't
hollers.
Okay.
And as you guys are doing this, the barkeep approaches once again. She's got a tray, and these nice. These are like metal tankards that she's bringing you guys, and she sets them down and each in front of you one at a time, and it smells delicious. It smells like some type of martini. I decided to make all these doubles because, you know, I was persuaded. And she sets them all down and then disappears back, and she starts taking some of your like empty plates and things off the table, kind of like bussing it a little bit, and then moves on and back to the kitchen area where it sounds like she's dumping the plates or setting them down into a large like cleaning vat or something back there. Large sink.
All right.
It's like Zoss might be having some Discord issues. Are you there, Zoss?
Yeah.
Zosh, are you here with us?
I think she's trying to get hooked back in, so
All right.
she will be back in a moment.
Yeah, she's showing offline in Discord altogether.
Yeah, it might have been internet blip. Happens.
It's weird. She's like she's online, but she's offline. I don't know. It's bloody weird. But Dolphin's gonna look at the group. But one way or another, we need to rest, and we need to get this over with. I need to know what we are dealing with here.
Oh, Luke looks at all of you and says, I went ahead and I paid for all of you rooms. 2 blocks.
Oh, that's nice.
2 blocks just down the street, a place called the Honking Goose.
Appreciated.
You will have to state the name, not Delphin, when you enter.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
That's kind of easy to remember.
She's back.
Cool.
I'm going to head then, pass out, and going to secure my room and pass out.
Yeah,
I trance, so I'll be up with you early.
the drinks you guys have are amazing. They taste like kind of similar to like a apple teeny almost, with the bit of pear flavor to it. So it's pretty nice.
Whimsical, yeah.
Molfin is going to give Elder Luke a description of his wife. Would you be willing, within your guise, to be somewhere with a line of sight to the entrances to this building? If you see a female gnome matching this description, message me and let me know, please.
And Mofin, what is this description?
Molfin's just gonna look down a little bit. It's been so long. Last time I saw before we started on this. Grayish white hair, 2 braids on the side, pulled back and braided into one longer one, trailing down about midway down her back. Suppose I'll say healthy looking, not emaciated. I'm not built like an elf, if you take my meaning. And he's yellowish brown, bluish. Eyes were always sort of difficult to describe.
Oh.
But if you see an older gnomish woman and she's not wearing arcane brotherhood regalia, it's probably her.
Mofin, I can see that this, even through the eyes of Dallas Rumor Mill, I can see that this is hard for you, but one question I must ask is, do you mind sharing her name?
The player did a long time ago. I cannot remember. Let me see if I wrote down anywhere. All I remember is it began with an A.
Me when he asks me for Diana's parents' names.
Yeah.
Well,
For the longest time, I'm like,
Yeah, so when that happens to me in
"Oh."
games, I'm like, Tom and Anne.
When it happened initially, I actually asked. I had Christine fucking name her.
Name her Christine.
No, because I might have to do things tomorrow, and I don't want that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We'll go with Liliana.
Pretty.
Liliana. Beautiful.
I know a baby named that.
Aw.
Yeah.
He looks at you and says, I can find a spot where I'm in visual range.
Just so you won't get caught if they decide to.
I'll try to find some place
Make it so they
elevated
can
where I can see
see.
from above, I think.
Yes, it's more to make sure that they cannot tell that you are you, as there are ways to see things truly.
Right. Yes, I will, I'll be there. Like I said, I don't want to risk being in the room, but I can be ready from a distance.
I appreciate the assistance if it comes to that. My concern is, well, you should probably be aware that I sent a simulacrum home. As it had my memories and still looked as I did.
I'm aware, almost like a clone, but limited in power and turns to ice when it's destroyed, or snow, or water.
All of the above, really, if you think of it. But
yes, I've heard of
they
the spell.
have her,
Yes.
If they have taken her, that means they have destroyed the simulacrum.
I see.
Which means my wife has watched her husband die and liquefy in front of her.
Oh dear.
I would rather her not deal with that a second time.
Yes, I could see how that could be a rather horrifying experience. I was lucky enough I didn't see my own death.
Did you hear about it?
Oh, of course.
Did you still feel it when you hit your new body?
Yeah,
it
like-
definitely was a strange feeling. It was like I was floating one moment, and then it's kind of like when you. Have you ever leapt off of a very large cliff into
Yup.
very deep water?
Yep.
Yep.
It felt like that.
I feel like those are antics that I would have gotten into as a child, yes.
Child? What are you talking about?
It
I
felt
did
like
the other
that,
day.
just less wet. It wasn't like I wasn't or anything, you know. It just felt like
Yeah.
that.
Fun.
Mulfin's just gonna leave leave the proper coins on the table for the food, not trying to be showy.
Okay, yeah,
Just
absolutely.
drop the coins on the table.
It's one of their
Sometimes things that are dead need to remain dead. Just leaving the coins and is gonna just walk out.
yeah, it's whatever 9 copper pieces times the amount of meals you guys had. Whatever.
63 copper. So
So
what is
what,
that?
it's
6 silver,
6 silver
and
3 copper. Yeah, so
Yeah, so drop 1 gold on the table to cover everything.
cover everything. Yep, we'll cover
And a
everything with
tip.
a tip. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mulfin's gonna walk out and start trying to find this place where he told us.
Yeah, you guys find a rather run-down looking place, but most places are run down here in Luskan. The Honking
Oh, they're all
Goose.
following?
The
Mulfin just took off. I don't know if anyone's coming or not.
Yeah,
You guys going along? Yeah. Elder Luke seems to go off in a different direction from you guys. It doesn't seem like he's staying in the same tavern as you guys, or inn as you, but he sends you down there to the Honking Goose, and you guys make your way in there. You use the name Not Delphin, and each of you have your own room if you so choose to have it, or
Yeah.
there are 2 beds per room, so you could have people bunk up if you wanted to.
I bunk up with Callista.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Mulfin goes into a room by himself, closes the door.
Riser sticks with Lachlan.
Yeah, all right. Catch up.
Ashlyn, if you wanted to, you could sleep on the floor with Diana and Callista, or
No.
if one of them wanted to give up their beds.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to go into Uncle Wolf's room.
Okay, Molfin, did you lock the door?
Yeah.
The door's locked.
I'm gonna pick the lock.
Okay, thieves' tools.
Yep. Cause why not? Okay, give me one
As-
second. These tools.
As she's put that, Mulfin has gone into the room and has literally started pulling out spell components.
Okay.
17.
17, you pick the lock. Molfin, all of a sudden you hear like some clicks happening, and then the door starts to slowly start to open. As
I'm
you're
assuming it's only been a couple of moments, if that.
If that. It's been a few seconds since you locked the door. It started unloading your stuff, and in pokes Ashlyn's head.
Hi, do you need a rooming buddy? Everyone else kind of paired off together, and I don't have anyone. So looks like it's you and me, bud. What do you say?
Wonderful.
I'll get my stuff.
In comes Ashlyn, dragging her adventurer's pack in.
Yup.
Knocks over a lamp.
Oh, sorry. Did you need that? Probably not. You put out lights anyway. It probably wasn't on. It's fine. So I only trance, as you know, so I can be your wake up early friend to their partner. You know, we don't have a lot of time between the two of us besides the reading lessons, so this is pretty cool. Yep. Did you test out how bouncy the bed was yet?
No.
I can do that for us.
Sure, have at it.
Okay. I'm gonna jump up and down in the bed. How bouncy is it?
It's not very bouncy. It's
Ah, damn,
it's-
this crap bed.
It's like a simple wooden cot type of bed that has like a mattress on it that's clearly stuffed with some type of feathers because it's really lumpy.
I'm gonna just jump from one bed to the other.
Okay.
Be like, so, what you doing?
It's
Mulfin is still setting up. This is weird. I don't know why I can't. show it as a higher level. Okay, I just have to change it that way. Oh, that's seeming. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, I can still cast it that way. Oh, why it didn't show up that way? Molphin is taking out everything and pulls out the scrying, the crystal ball, the scrying eye,
Mm-hmm.
and is going to sit there and try to scry on his wife.
Okay.
So it is a wisdom saving throw of 18. I'm considering I am familiar with the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. So being familiar would be a -5 to their roll. It gives examples for connection, like a likeness or any or thing like that. I don't know whether or not it would make it more difficult where our connection is bloody married and had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Would she
whatever,
fight it?
whatever, like the most familiar
Well,
bonus would give you.
so the connect. So literally the two things. So knowledge would be a -5, and a connection would be a -10. So it would be a -15 to their check,
Oh, really?
which would make it literally impossible for them to meet the save.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna roll. Yeah. Was this the scribing orb that was this the one Anastasia's had?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So basically, I'm using that because I also have the spell. I'm using it as a crystal ball. I'm not trying to use it through the actual item.
Okay. So you look
I'm just
yeah, you're looking at this crystal ball and Ashland's like bouncing between the tables as you take it out and you're holding it. And you can see like emulating through these like mystical like blue like fog, you start to see this image of a halfling's face in the crystal ball. And it looks at you and says, "Huh. Well, hi there. What can I show you?"
show me my wife.
He ponders for a moment. "Are you sure you want me to show you?"
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes, I would be. And
Ashlyn,
yes, I am.
Ashlyn, you cannot hear this halfling talking, but you can hear
Okay.
Molphin talking to it.
I'll stop bouncing and kind of look at him.
Okay.
I'll sit down on the bed quietly.
He says, "Okay, I'll show you." But I can't promise you you're gonna like it.
I'm expecting I won't.
And you almost seem to like drift into this thing as it starts to like blur your vision. You see images kind of rush by you, but you can't recognize them. These shadowy figures seem to be moving about. And then you start to pinpoint this area and you start to feel your vision start to focus. And there you see her. Your beautiful, wonderful wife, Liliana. She's in a dark stone room. Water seems to be glistening as it drips kind of slowly down the sides of the walls of this place. It's cold. It's dark. It's lonely. She's a prisoner, but without shackles. She's just sitting against a wall with her back against it. You can see her knees are bent just slightly. Her legs, her toes kind of pointing up towards the air. You can see that she's covered what it looks to be dirt and grime. It's like she hasn't had a bath in quite a number of days. She has calluses on her face from where she's been crying. But she's not crying. She's just sitting there with her eyes kind of open, staring straight ahead, with a look of emptiness, a look of lost confidence, a look of no hope on her face. Is just staring straight ahead, blankly, at the darkness in front of her. She's alive. She doesn't appear to be hurt or injured, but trapped cold, alone. And it seems like any hope that she might have had has been sucked dry from her. She's breathing, but just staring. And I think Scry lasts for, 10 minutes, Matthew?
Malfa doesn't even last it that long.
Okay, gotcha. And you kind of fade out of view, and Ashland's standing right next to you as you kind of come out of this moment.
Are you okay?
No. Molfin's gonna just get up. Oh. Molfin would remember this, but I cannot. Does Callista have locate person, or is it just locate object?
Let me check. I have her character sheet.
So that's gonna...
Locate.
I'll hug you in the meantime. You won't let me. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, Molfin will throw you through a window at the moment. You can see Molfin has dropped concentration on seeming.
Okay.
What a level spell is locate person? Does anybody know?
Like
for
4?
your druid?
4, maybe.
I think technically,
I don't even...
don't druids have access to all their spells and can
Yes.
It doesn't say under her level 4s that she has locate person, but she does have locate object, but she doesn't have it prepared today.
Okay, so that... And I don't... It's locate... Oh, yeah, it's locate creature. So, yeah, it's...
locate creature. Let me...
It's 4th level divination.
Is it a druid spell?
Yeah, it is under druid spells, but it's not something...
creature.
She probably wouldn't
druid.
have it prepared.
Clerics have it too.
Yeah, so technically,
yeah, but it doesn't mean
she
either
does know it. It is an ability that she has, but it's not prepared today. So it would need to be prepared, in the morning.
Let me just...
And you know that this range is within 1,000 feet of the caster.
Right.
So it would...
Yes, yeah, because I know she, using the locate object, she had told Molfin about when we were looking for something.
And it would be difficult, though, because it says name a creature that is familiar to you, the caster. So you could describe her, but it wouldn't be as, good as, you casting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, when I saw... when this cried, did I get any idea of, and I know each time, I never remember really how Scry works, is the way you describe it is always so vivid, but it's always a little different.
Yeah.
So when I was sort of zooming into that look, did I get an idea of any sort of landscape? Did I get the feeling like I was zooming in towards Luskan, or no idea?
It was just darkness and fog. You couldn't really tell. You did pass through, a dark lightning storm. But that's the only thing that really and that could be anywhere,
Molfin is going to hope that the name he has is enough to go on this. And is going to cast Sending
Okay.
to Kashan the Red.
Okay. Let me double check Sending spell. What level spell is that, Molfin?
Sending is a 3rd level spell.
3rd level wizard.
So it says to a creature you are familiar with.
Okay.
So I only know him by name, so I don't even know if that's going to be enough.
Okay. Go ahead and you can make an attempt. Sure.
So my name is Molfin. We have a meeting tomorrow, I believe. I am hoping animosity will not be required. But I feel Dawn has taken something of mine. That's it.
Okay. Some time passes. A few minutes. 5 minutes. 7 minutes. 10 minutes.
Molfin's leaving.
You receive no response.
Molfin is going out. Are there windows in the room?
There is one, but you guys are on the 2nd story.
That's fine. Molfin's going out the window, looking at Ashlyn.
Hey!
And Molfin goes, literally is just going out. He's getting up on the roof. Well, I mean, he's chucking himself out the window and Misty stepping up, whatever it takes. He's getting up on the roof so I can see the tower.
Misty step right up on.
I'll follow him. I will walk up the wall,
Yes,
as one does.
As one does, you know. Yep. Ashlyn follows you to the top of the roof, where you can see that the sun is starting to set. There's the bright oranges in the sky as you can see the sunset.
I think it would be best if you all were not there tomorrow.
I knew you were gonna say that.
They have my wife sealed in a stone room, alone.
I'm
with
sorry.
nothing. I sent a message to that leader of theirs. I mean, attempted. I only have his name. And I have no response.
Why don't you send a message to your wife telling her that you're gonna save her?
Because if they have her, she watched me die.
Oh. Right.
Which means now I can never go home.
But wouldn't she want to see you again? I'm confused.
She thinks I'm dead.
Yeah, but you're not.
It would be better for her if I was.
Don't say
Is it-
that.
Ashlyn, she would not be there if I was dead.
Not your fault, Uncle Muffin.
I'm going to kill them.
I know.
I'm going to kill them all.
We'll help. We always do.
You shouldn't have to.
We're in this together, right? I mean, come on, who's gonna rule over hell with you? Impy? No. Me.
Somewhere Impy is cursing Ashlyn right now.
Wolfen is going to sort of just sit down on the ground and reach into his touch a little thing and materialize the chest and open it.
Mm-hmm.
And is sitting there on top of a body that's still in there, looking at
We should get rid of
this,
that.
looking at this chunk that we took from Yinago
Mhm.
in the flask. Takes the flask out, puts it in his pocket, closes the chest and banishes it. Like I said, it would be best if you weren't near here, but I don't think... Who am I kidding? Callista will... Diana will worship Vecna before she lets... There's no getting rid of any of you in this, but...
Nope.
Amen.
Like glue. You're stuck with us. Gotta let Diana have some revenge on Dorn, too. Just a little. You can kill him.
I don't care as long as he dies.
Okay.
My wife will not ideally remember any of this.
Understood.
I have you know how I can play with memory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to leave it that I died, but erase what has happened to her since.
Sorry you have to do that.
It is better for her. I don't care much what happens at that point. Time. I think it is time I sleep.
Okay.
I must be prepared for tomorrow.
Sounds good.
It's going to
Here,
be quite
do you want-
the event.
Do you want me to walk you up to the room? Hop on.
That's probably wisest, actually.
Okay.
Often I'll let
Oh.
himself be carried down.
Pick it up and carry him down to the room.
We have a Yoda and Luke Skywalker moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
And then, as Molfin gets situated and just sort of gets into bed, sets up his little thing and just I apologize, Ashlyn, but I need some time to myself. And I'm
Okay.
going to cast Tiny Hut
Okay.
and just create basically just a smaller version.
Mm-hmm.
So it just covers Molfin and it's just completely opaque.
Gotcha.
Inside, outside, no, like just a black space.
Absolutely.
And just pass out. Or try to pass out.
Do sounds?
Yeah, I was just afraid he was gonna leave in the middle of the night, so that's why. I'm
Do
here.
sounds still travel in and out of the?
I believe so. Let me take a
Okay, yeah.
look. I mean, technically, I think I can still see out of it, but
But they can't. They just can't see you. Basically, is
yeah.
Right.
They can't get in.
Uh,
But they can still hear what's going. You guys can still hear in and out. I believe. I think is the way it works.
9 great. Okay, barred from passing through it. Spells magic effects can't. The atmosphere inside comfortable and dry regardless. Yeah, so it literally looks like it just prevents like magical effects from coming through and vision.
Gotcha. Cool. Lachlan, Diana, anything that you would be doing before we get ready to close tonight's session? Lachlan's just heading to sleep.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Diana's just heading
I
to
don't
sleep.
want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to sour that. That was really no.
And as Molfin is encased in this opaque hut, that's where we're gonna end tonight's episode of Kindred Lists.
Yeah.